Hey y'all, did you hear about the dude that literally got hit by a plane at the Denver airport? I have two questions about this. One, why was he on the runway? And two, how was he on the runway? I'm pretty sure airports should be at the point of having maximum high-tech security systems, like an AI system that monitors the grid and all the fences that will alert everyone if there are any random persons entering the premises. I mean, this is scary as a passenger and a bad look for the airport. When you get on an airplane, you are putting your life in not only the hands of the pilots, but the air traffic controllers and all the other pilots in the air. One thing goes wrong and lives are lost, like the two young Canadian pilots that were killed after their plane collided with a fire truck that crossed in front of their runway while they were landing at LaGuardia Airport in New York.
4195, we're staying here.
Delta 2603, go around, runway heading 2000. 646.
I was thinking about how Spirit Airlines just recently obviously went bankrupt and they actually had no accidents on their record. Then you look at airlines like Air Canada and Delta and it almost makes you feel like in order to be successful in that industry, you need to kill people. You need to cut corners and safety measures so that you can make enough money to be rich and still keep business going. It's absolute greed. My next question is, why was he on the runway? According to sources, this guy has a lengthy criminal record, arrested over 20 times and released every single time. This news report here from US News says Denver airport trespasser Michael Mott's criminal past revealed. Chilling mugshots emerge after he was mangled by jet engine. The Denver airport trespasser who was dismembered by a jet engine after he calmly stepped in front of a Frontier flight had a dark criminal past, the Post can reveal. Michael Mott, 41, racked up over 20 arrests in Colorado dating back to 2002, including for attempted murder. One of his mugshots show him with a band-aid on his forehead and a gash on his neck. His most recent arrest was for a felony trespassing just 1 month before he jumped the fence at Denver International in an attempt suicide mission. Mott got sucked into one of the engines of the Airbus A321neo, and his cause of death was determined to be multiple blunt and sharp force injuries. It wasn't immediately clear why the Pueblo native was walking free after he was nabbed on April 10th for first-degree trespassing and damaging property at a Colorado Springs dwelling, then resisting arrest when cops arrived. Mott, who was homeless at the time, was initially booked into the El Paso County Jail after that incident. His most recent mugshot showed the repeat offender sporting shoulder-length black hair, a salt and pepper goatee, and a piercing gaze. This is the photo that they used. Starting when he was just 17, Mott was repeatedly arrested for minor infractions like shoplifting and underage alcohol consumption. But within just a couple of years, he had developed into a hardened, violent criminal. By February 2005, he was arrested by officers from the Cortez Police Department for attempted murder using a gun. He pleaded down to second-degree assault, causing serious bodily injury with a deadly weapon in that case, and was slapped with 6 years behind bars. While in prison, he was charged with felony assault using a weapon once again, but he was free again by April 2010 when Montezuma County Sheriff's Office cops picked him up for felony domestic violence, menacing, and assault charges. His other violent crimes included second-degree burglary in 2016 and felony assault on a peace officer in 2020. In the latter case, the Montezuma County District's Attorney's Office dismissed all 6 of the charges brought against Mott for his alleged attack on the officer. Between violent felonies, Mott, who routinely skipped out on scheduled court dates, was nabbed for driving under the influence, 1 hit and run, trespassing, fighting in public, violating protection orders, and resisting arrest on several occasions. And during one of at least 3 stints behind bars, he was charged with attempting to escape prison custody in 2017. A suicide note has not been recovered since Mott's twisted mission Friday. We currently are looking for any notes, computers, anything like that, trying to identify places where he most recently was, Thomas said. Mott had jumped the 8-foot perimeter fence topped with barbed wire and was on the tarmac for only 2 minutes before he was struck by the plane at 11:19 p.m. Shocking audio captured the moments bewildered pilots aboard the flight smashed into Mott, leaving his limbs scattered on the runway. I do have limbs on the runway. I believe the aircraft struck an individual, the airport staff continued adding later. There appear to be human remains on the runway. All 224 passengers and 7 crew members were safely evacuated from the plane. Washington said that safety is the airport's #1 priority. An investigation into Mott's death is ongoing, and we will do our best to make sure that the improvements that we need to make are made very, very quickly. Doesn't sound to me like airport safety is #1 priority, but to each their own. He was obviously dealing with mental illness to make his way onto an airport runway, which makes me wonder if his plan was to take himself and others out in an infamous type fashion. Or maybe he just wanted to live a little, get up close and personal to an airplane taking off, and didn't realize how strong the engines actually are, and that they will suck you in even from a far off distance. It actually says the big engines, like the ones you'd find on a Boeing, can suck you in from 30 feet away. To help you visualize how far away that is, it would be 5 grown 6-foot tall men stacked on top of each other to reach 30 feet.
Particularly turbofans have large front fans designed to pull in air. These fans are powered by turbines spinning at extremely high speeds. For example, the GE90 engine used on the Boeing 777 has a fan nearly 3 meters in diameter and can suck in over 1,300 kilograms of air per second at full throttle.
So it's not implausible to think he could have thought he'd be in the clear where he was standing. Nonetheless, the man should have been behind bars or in a mental health facility. North America is brutally unprepared for the mental health crisis it is currently under and how much worse it's going to get. The medical system is completely flawed, and so is the mental health system. I go much more in depth into this in another one of my videos. Please check it out if you're interested. Don't even get me started on the legal system. They let everyone out in Canada. Murderers, rapists. There's a story out of Lethbridge, Alberta, where an accused sex offender was released on bail and got rearrested the same day for being caught around a young female.
An accused sex offender in Lethbridge, Alberta was released on bail and was then scooped up and rearrested half an hour after he got out. Authorities say Sky Atoa breached the conditions of his release. The court order said he was supposed to go straight home. Instead, police say the 50-year-old went to a store to browse a perfume aisle, and that's where officers found him near a young woman and took him into custody.
We need a major system change where we take the pedophiles out of office and put them underground. There was another recent release of a high-risk offender to which the police issued a statement to the public saying, hey, watch out. Like, hey, how about instead of warning us to protect ourselves, you keep him behind bars so you can protect us.
Toronto Police putting out a warning to the public about a potential high-risk offender living in the city. 50-year-old Dave Anthony Avis was convicted 8 years ago in Winnipeg for multiple sexual assaults and forcible confinement. He's now been freed from prison on statutory release. Officers say he's still a risk to the community, including sex trade workers. Avis has been told he must stay at a community-based residential facility or psychiatric facility. He's also under strict conditions not to consume or possess alcohol or drugs or have contact with children.
Like, how fucking terrifying is that? I just wanted to put this little video together to keep the conversation alive about the seriousness of mental health and addiction struggles, and to reiterate how, as a society, we're only as strong as our weakest link. That man walking out on the runway could have killed hundreds of innocent people. The war on drugs is a war against humanity, and we need to start fighting back. Fight for a country we feel safe in. Fight for each other's health and happiness, and fight for a positive future for our children. A man in Canada did just this for his community by warning them that a pedophile lives in the area.
Well, I'm currently in the area of Niagara Falls, just off Lundy's Lane, where the high-risk pedophile Bob Matheson lives close by here. And look at this. Park, playgrounds, pedophiles, schools, what don't belong here. So once again, this park is more concerned about motorized vehicles and other crap, but they don't give a damn about the pedophile that lives just up the road. So Bam Bam's here. I've been putting stickers all around this area today in Niagara Falls in a few locations, and passing that shame, blame, and fear back onto the monsters where it belongs. You see, our city's not going to do it. Our mayors aren't going to do nothing. Nobody's doing nothing to help our kids but us. So keep standing up, keep rising up, and we're going to keep showing up for our kids. Love up, all. You'll be seeing these signs everywhere, like I said.
Let me know what you think about all of this. Are you also concerned about the path our countries are going down? And do you ever worry that we're already too late to turn things around? Let me know in the comments. It was great talking to you all, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!